Houston Texans. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4.
Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Thomas. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. 3 and out. A real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Here's Thomas. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 25 carries, 129 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Well, first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Lawrence. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Left side complete to Lockett. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. The players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Lockett. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now a stoppage. Looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And his kick here is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Thomas. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Thomas. Open man here is Conklin. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
On second down now, Callahan. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week.
22 carries, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Here's Thomas from the gun on 3rd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
They really had a good way of getting there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. And they got away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Colts at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they took the tough loss in the opener, CD, but since then they've rebounded to win 2 straight.
And that's exactly what you want to see from your team early on, how they can bounce back from adversity. The Week 1 loss, that absolutely stung. But how about how hard they've worked in the couple of weeks since? And now they're moving back in the right direction.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one at this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
To throw on third down, Thomas.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready?
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
The Colts on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16.
Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
On first down, Thomas.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Callahan. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. On third down, Callahan. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent backfield to play the attack. Look at this little drive brewing right here.
this offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Thomas.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. On 2nd and 9, Thomas. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Purple?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Thomas.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Thomas. Throwing left-sided. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the celebration.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
on the counter, ETN. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From just shy of midfield, Thomas. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 37. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll try the left side with ETN. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Thomas. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Thomas now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie things up at 6-6. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
We give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And now out comes Houston. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Trayvon Walker in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Thomas. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And on the left sideline, he caught.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge is successful. Lawrence on 3rd down.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The Colts send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own. The ball comes out.
And now headed the other way. They're across midfield. Inside the 20.
And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big. That's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Now Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Allen Lazard as the first half is winding down.
And the Colts have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 6. And he returns this to the 22. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin in the AFC. Baltimore paying a visit to Nashville to take on Tennessee. And it's the Titans out in front in that one. Russell Gage, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. For the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football up and drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And they'll take over here following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Thomas. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They put it that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Thomas to throw on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll look to throw again. Caught by Wilson.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Throwing again on 2nd down. Thomas. And it's caught. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Terry McLaurin halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Texans have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47.
They go play action with Lawrence. And that's who is running back, Edwards-Helaire.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And he slings one that's incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And a throw right sideline is complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on 1st down.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lawrence.
He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Here's Lawrence.
His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals, because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a 1st down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. This will cost him 11 yards there on the 2nd and goal save.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And his kick is good. And we are all tied at 16 apiece. That's another field goal. His 3rd of the game. Maybe not exactly what you're looking for, but does bring him level now.
I like how you put that in there that brings them level, right? Because if you're talking about kicking, bringing that soccer analogy in, I love that one. I love that one a lot. You don't want to go for it on 4th down and come away with nothing, right? Go ahead and kick the ball. Make sure you get some points. Even if it's a safe call, I think it's the right call.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up, place the ball, so they can snap it and get back to work.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
ETN up the middle.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. Callahan. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he finds McLaurin.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, Thomas. Flush to his right. And incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Butker's kick here is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So here are the Texans to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. To throw is Thomas. Throwing to start the drive. Open man here is Conklin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because You just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's a give to Etienne, and he'll get it out to midfield. Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
On first down, right back to Etienne.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 45 on 2nd down, Thomas. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Thomas. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. A handoff for Etienne. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Thomas.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
And the Colts coming out now.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Lawrence going to throw again.
Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malik McDowell in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3.
So he's good with that one, but remember, he did miss one earlier, and right now that's the difference in the ballgame.
And he knows it all too well, but also understands he can't dwell on it. He's got that one through. That's what counts at this point.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Houston set to take over. 4th quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago, and it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining.
Here's Thomas. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Operating from the gun. Thomas, middle of the field. He's got McLaurin. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
And they'll go again with Etienne. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Thomas from the gun on third down. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
We all just got a heck of a